Now
Yeah.
let us go through how actually section works and what is. See, section is an UI representation. Okay, whatever you're seeing on the front end, that is all the section. Okay, when you have created a case, you're seeing a first name, last name, fields. Okay, those fields you need to give it on section. You need to configure in a section. Okay, and in section, if you need to show some data to the user, okay, the properties in section to be mapped with clipboard. Clipboard contains the data, right? Now
Right.
you have to map your data, clipboard pages and properties in a section so that you can see on a screen. Okay,
Right.
you understand it? Section is a new.
So, I mean, so all the data that we see on the screen will be populated from the clipboard,
Clipboard. Yeah, correct.
right?
Perfect.
And if we have to fetch data from database, then it's from database to clipboard and again from
Yeah,
clipboard to
again from
section.
section. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's see. Let me delete all these things first of all. This is some existing section, right?
Yeah.
This layout. Okay. Now, if you see here, you have structural data capture, pickers, action, and data display, right? First of
Right.
all, we can develop our section in low code also. These questions are coming in interviews nowadays. Okay. Let me open any
Okay.
section which is in design template. It must be an unlocked rule set. Let me once private edit this. So not done. Actions, refresh. No, not this one. Here you saw it, convert section to design
Mm.
template. That one has to be enabled. Let me filter it out. That is the people are asking nowadays on interviews regarding design templates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you saw, this is how design template looks like.
Oh.
Okay, this is how design template looks like. You can see, right? This is completely different from this section. This is how it. This is a normal traditional section. This is how it looks like. But design templates were introduced in some 8.x version, some 8 version series for low code app development. Okay, low code app development. In what is a low code app development? If you want to develop anything from App Studio, okay, you have an App Studio here, right? If you want to develop anything in App Studio, people use this what is this design templates and all. Okay, mostly see some
Okay.
teams, some applications will have dedicated user interface people like who will only develop UI things. Okay, there used to be
Right.
certification also PEGA UI specialist. Okay, only for user interface,
Oh.
only for look and feel. Okay, like how an application
Mm-hmm.
looks, only for interacting with the UI itself. There will be a certification. There used to be certification, but I think it's removed now. Okay, PEGA user
Oh.
interface. People will use
Mm-hmm.
only these kind of things. Like they will much more better than us, like in terms of user interface.
Mm.
Okay, if you want to add something here, you just need to drag and drop. That's it. I think it's double at once. Let me come from the start. Like sections are UI representations. Okay, whatever you see on screen, okay, that is called a section. Suppose if I launch a portal and if you are seeing any case, that case details will be there, right? First name, last name, or some vehicle information. Those are that screens are called sections. Okay. If I open this one, this case, the things which you are seeing here, okay, these are all also a section. Okay, whatever you're seeing here, name, ID, priority, everything is a section. Whatever you're seeing on user interface, everything in the background is a section in PEGA. Okay, and that section has fields, right? Suppose this is a field, name is a field, street is a field. Now these fields will be mapped with clipboard. Okay, these fields will be mapped with clipboard in sections so that the data will get populated here. Okay, what I'm trying to say is like clipboard contains a data, sections are UI representations. Okay, to visualize this data on screen, we need to map the clipboard to the sections so that we can see that data. You understand it? What I'm trying to say? Okay, now let's see how a traditional normal section looks like. This is how normal section looks like. Okay, now let's go to the normal section first. Okay, this is called design template. This was introduced in latest versions, but people will generally use these normal sections. But in interviews, they are asking about this design template. How actually what is the purpose of design template? Why you are using design templates and all. People are asking regarding design templates these days, but generally people will use while configuring and all, they will use this traditional section. The purpose of design template is like they will say it's a low code development, like you can easily configure it, like without see, if you click on this convert to full section editor, it will convert like this. It will convert to this type, like structural data capture you have, right? Pickers, it will convert to like this, but here you don't have all those things. This is called low code app development, and without much efforts you can develop. That is what you can click on the plus icon. You have so many options here. See, same options will be there here also: pickers, action, data display, data capture and all, but they will just change the name. They will say this is a low code app development. Okay, but both of the things are mostly same. Let me go here. Okay, now if you want to open a section from here, okay, if you want to see this section from here, how we will see this section? Any idea? This is a section. If you want to see this section in the background here in Dev Studio, you need to know the name of a section. This is the name of a section. You have to search it here. You will get the results, right? But if you want to open this section in the background, you don't know the name of a section, right? How do you visualize this section in the background? Any idea?
On clipboard there will be class.
Yeah, but clipboard, you will have so many pages, right? In those so many pages, which page holds this data? How do you know?
That data page, data case, we need to go by going with this class name.
Data page, you need to go. No.
In Dev Studio.
No, let me tell you. Okay, if you know the name, suppose you know the name of a section, you will directly search it here. Right? You can search
global
it here.
Search.
Global search. You can search it here. You will get all the things which has this name. Activity is there. Flexion is there. Section also is there. And this is our section. If you keep this contains, okay, if you keep it with exact match, okay, then it will come with, see, one record has disappeared because it's not an exact match. It contains this name. Okay, you can filter it out like this. But if you want to open this section in the background, okay, this section in the background, not only this section, whatever section you are looking here, if you want to open that one, okay, you have to click on this bottom gear icon. You have gear icon it here. If you click on bottom gear icon, it will expand this toolbar. Okay, this toolbar. Now in this toolbar, this fourth icon is there, right? This is called live UI, live user interface. Okay, live user interface. If you click on this live user interface, live UI, see, this will become something like it will tell you whatever, wherever your cursor you are pointing, it will open that one. See, I can point it so many times. If I click it here, okay, I'm not at clicking here. If I click it here, On the right side, it will update. You see here in the right side, it will update. See if I click here. See, it went to, it is saying that this is a drop down value of property service type. You can see here it in green color. It is present in a section. Section in itself, this is a section name, PY case information, or else what? See, you now actually you are getting a name of a section, right? You can search this section in the background. Okay, or else there is also one more way. If you want to open this section, suppose if you want to open this section, you just click on this one. Okay, you can also see section name here, section, select service provider. Also, you can click on this crosshair icon. The first icon is there, na? Crosshair icon. See, if I hover on it, what is it is saying? Open in Dev Studio. If we click here, it will open this section here in the background. See, it is opening. See, select service provider. Select service provider is there. Modify service address is there in the button. Same thing you have here. Modify service address. Select. If I open this one, this is a different rule. Okay, they have embedded two sections. They have included one section inside another section. Sections will take time to load. Okay, it will generate. Yeah, see, name, street, city, state. These things are present here, right? The things which you are seeing here. Those things are present here itself. Okay. Now, if you want to open a different section, if you want to open this section, okay, you just click on here. You will get a name here, section in the case details. You can search this name, or you can click on this crosshair icon here itself, or you can directly click your icon here, crosshair icon, same icon. If you click here, it will open in the Designer Studio. I think I haven't clicked properly. If I click here, it will open here. See, case details is the section. It is opening in the background. See, all the things you can find. Created, updated, resolved. The same thing you can find it. Created, updated, resolved. See, you can tell like why these details are not there. These details might be present in different section. Okay. These might be there in different section. You understand how to open your section. You got it right. How to open your section from UI. If you want to look into some section, some screen in the background, you need to toggle your live UI and you need to click on the crosshair icon. Those sections will open in the background like this. Any questions? Now live UI. How? See, live UI is also one of a debugging tool. Okay, we have three debugging tools. One is clipboard, one is live UI, and another one is tracer. Okay, we'll come to the tracer in some more sessions. But you understand that clipboard and live UI, right? Live UI is to toggle the UI path, like whatever the sections you have, you can open it. Okay, any questions till now?
No.
Okay, now, yeah, one more thing, like these things are there, this settings icon. Okay, the settings icon will only be present for developer studio and for developers only. For end users. Okay, if you have given the application to banking domain, if suppose one bank employee has logged into the application, he will not have this settings icon. We will remove the access for this one for him, because as an end user, he actually doesn't need all these things, right? Clipboard, tracer, live UI. As an end user, he actually doesn't need all these things, right? He actually doesn't need clipboard. He actually doesn't need to see how the data is there in the background and all. He actually doesn't need, because he's an end user, like he's an employee of a bank. He actually doesn't understand also. So we will remove this one in his access group. Okay, you don't think like this settings icon will be present for each and every operator. Few operators doesn't have this settings icon. Means there is the privilege, then one role will be there, that one will remove in his access group. If I open my access group, you will be having a role called sysadmin 4. Here available roles is there, na? Available roles. Here I'm a security administrator, so I was getting. You will remove all these kind of roles for him, like what the admin roles and all you will remove. You will give only the particular available role to his access group, so that he can only access the portal, not the developer options. These things are for developing purpose. For actually better developing and all, we'll use this thing. Got it right? What I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, now let's go to sections. To this security part. Yeah, this is how section looks like. Yeah. Now, if you saw the section, let's come from the start here. Structural, we have, these are called layouts. Okay, layouts. We have so many types of layouts, but we'll generally use dynamic layouts, repeating layouts, and embedded section. If you click on the layout here, you can see we have so many layouts, right? Dynamic layout is used to configure normal properties. Like sections is a very interesting topic. Like dynamic layout is to configure normal, like full name, first name, single properties. Like, and also if you are using a mobile applications, or if you are logging in into this application in tablet or something like that, these dynamic layouts will adjust the screen size, the pixel size. Okay, it will actually readjust the screen size. Okay, let me show you. I think we have an app studio, right? App studio is for low code app development. If you click on this preview, okay, if you click on this preview, see, you have desktop mode here on the top. Okay, you have a desktop mode. This is how your application looks like in a desktop. Okay, you need not configure anything extra. Pega will take care of everything. Okay, they have written very good a very good coding in the background for the customization and all. See, you are in a desktop mode. If I click on this tablet mode, okay, if I click on this tablet mode, okay, see the tablet design, what is taking Apple iPad Pro. See, this is how our application looks like in Apple iPad Pro. Okay, you need not do anything. This will be done automatically. Like if you have written very complex UI, complex coding and all, then sometimes it will not render correctly. You have to take care, but most of the times it will work. See, you can simulate from here. See, this is how it works from a tablet mode. You can change your tablets also. They will give some sample UIs. See, Lenovo, if you have selected this Lenovo, it will adjust accordingly. See the size and all. You are able to see, right? The changes which is doing. If you have kept the Samsung tab as
Yes.
it will adjust according to the screen sizes. Okay, how what is the sizes of screen? Suppose it's a 7 inches or something like that. It will actually adjust based on that. Okay, if you keep a mobile mode, okay, if you keep a mobile mode, this is how the application looks like. Okay, it will drop some of the things. See, in tablet mode, you have this left navigation, right? This one. You have this left navigation, like create home screen. It is present on the left side, similar to a desktop mode. But if you saw in tablet mode, that left navigation is not there. Something it will drop. Okay, if it's Apple iPhone 11, let me select something different. OnePlus, I'll select. Then you will have this left side, I think. No, still it doesn't have. But mostly it will configure. If not, we have to take it. See, most of the applications will be only desktop applications. Okay, you don't worry. See here, it came to bottom. You see, create came to bottom. See, it is asking similarly. Okay, see, most of the applications will be desktop applications only in banking domain. If it is a mobile application, they will mandatorily specify you. Like you need to configure for mobile also. Mobile configurations are similar to desktop only. Nothing will be changing. Mostly you will use dynamic layout and the responsive UI. The responsive UI means it has to update the pixel, screen size and all. Okay, you understand it? How actually it will take care. The user interface will be taken care by system itself. Okay, you don't need to much worry on that. Okay. Got it, right? I was just showing you how actually it will work. There is no configuration here, okay? I'm going to a Div Studio. Okay, this is how section looks like. Now, if you click on the structural, okay, you have dynamic layout, okay? The purpose of dynamic layout is like it will adjust according to the screens, and it will actually very dynamically, we can change the skin and all, okay? Dynamic layouts are, people generally use dynamic layouts only. Whenever you want to add any property, they will use dynamic layouts directly, okay? If you want to show a list of records, like if you want to show a table layout, a list of records, okay, you will use table layout. Table layout means I will show you. If I add a table layout here, you just need to drag and drop, okay? I have just dragged it. Now I'm dropping it. I have dropped it, okay? See, this is how table layout looks like. Tables contains a list, right? Like, see, this is a table. This is a table. Now it may contains list, right? Like name is something A, B, C, and there might be some list of records here. So a table, for table layout, you need to add this one, and you have options like you need to configure inside it. I'll show you, but before configuring that one, see, you can add n number of columns. You have to click on this dot. On the top dot is there now. You have to click on this dot. You need to right click here. You just insert your columns, left or right, where you want, right? It will add one more column. You can add n number of columns like this, left, right. Okay, you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, you can add a number of columns here, right and left, and you can see top you have add item and delete item, right? This is an header. This is an header for a table. This is a footer. You see the three boxes is there now. Footer for a table. This is a footer. This is a header. Okay, here if you saw, you have modify services, and there is no header and footer for a table. Okay, there is no header and footer. There is just a table. So you can remove. If you open this table, you click on this gear icon, the table will open. Okay, this table will open. See, the top one is a dynamic layout, the below one is a table layout. Okay, it will take time. Okay, this is how a table layout's configuration looks like. Okay, see, here we are displaying a list of records, right? See, the table itself means a list, right? You will show some list of records, right? Now, what are the sources of, you need to provide source, right? Source is like you need to map from clipboard. To show a data here, you need to map from clipboard. So to map from clipboard, you can map three types of things: property, report definition, and database. Okay, property is a page list property. Because this is a list type, tables are a multiple records. So where you will get multiple records from a property, it's a page list. Okay, and report definition, from report definitions is also similar to obj browse. Okay, report definitions are also used to fetch a data from database, and those report definitions will fetch multiple records. Okay, Dilip, we have covered the report definitions in yesterday's topic. Okay,
Yes.
I was just briefing you, like report definitions are also similar to obj browse. What is the main difference between report definition and obj browse is like in report definition you can do class joins. Okay, you can do class joins, like you can combine 2 or 3 tables and you can fetch the data, but in case of obj browse you cannot do class joins. Okay, yeah, you understand the basic idea, right? What is a report definition?
Yes, Suman.
Yeah, report definitions are also used to fetch multiple records, similar to obj browse. Okay. Okay, report definition, you can use property, data page name. Okay, these are the three sources of a table layout. This is an interview question. What are the sources of a table layout? You can say property. Property means a list type property, page list property. And a report definition, because report definition fetches multiple records, you will use report definition as a source for a table layout. Similarly, data page we will cover in tomorrow's topic. Data pages is an important topic. Okay, don't miss that. Okay, data pages. Okay, data pages also have a multiple records. So the source is a data page also. If you select report definition, for example, see it is asking what was it asking? It is asking applies to. Applies to is a class name you have to enter, and you have to enter report definition name. Whatever the report definition you need to show it here, what data you need to show it here, that data. Okay. Now, if you come down, see display grid header, display grid footer. Okay, this one add item delete is there. This is the header, and bottom 3 columns is there. That is a footer. Okay, you can add it. You can add it conditionally. You can write your own condition when it has to display, or else you can keep it. If you uncheck this one, header and footer will disappear. Now, if I submit here, you observe in the background, like these things will get disappeared. Header and footer will get disappeared. See, there is no header and footer. You have only columns here. You have only columns here. You can add a number of columns. Okay, insert column on the left. If I selected left, it will add on the left. Okay. Let me open this. You have to click on this gear icon. Okay. If I click on this gear icon, it will open up. Okay. Now, if you come down, grid visibility. These things are like visibility conditions. Suppose you have a list of records pulling from a database. Like if you are getting a list of records from database, like from those records contains a data of Hyderabad and Pune. Okay. Those details contains a Hyderabad details and Pune details. Now you want to show only details of Hyderabad. Okay, you want to show only details of Hyderabad. Now you can use a grid visibility here. You can filter it out here also. See, you can filter it out in OBJ browse. Okay, you can do filtering there. You can filter out in report definition similar to OBJ browse. Okay, you can do filtering there also. If not, you can do filtering in UI also. By showing here, you can filter it also. Okay, you have to write your custom expression rule or when rule. Okay, you can write whatever you want, and you can show and grid refresh, row refresh. Okay, row refresh is like whenever the data has to be refreshed. Okay, this thing you will not generally configure row refresh, but they have given us an option. You have a pagination here. What is a pagination? If suppose you have 500 records, okay, you will not show 500 records in a single page, right? That is not possible. Suppose if you see, this is also one table layout in the background. This table headers are applies to purpose rule set version. These are the table header names. Now these are the table details. Like this is a list of records which has in this table. Now here we are displaying 50 records per page. 50 records per page. If we have more than 50 records, what happened? If we have more than 50 records, what we will do? We will do pagination here. Let me show for a property. You can easily understand. If we go to property here, these are the property instances. Instances means records. Okay. If you can see here, we are showing 50 records per page. We have so many properties here. You can't show all the properties in a single page, right? Because that is not a UI best practice. User needs to scroll down, keep on scrolling. So that is not a best practice to show the data on a screen. So they will use pagination. This is called pagination. On the top right, you can see that pagination. See, you are on the first page. There are 796 pages. Each page contains 50 records. Okay, each page contains 50 records. If pagination is not there, just assume you have to keep on scrolling. Keep on scrolling. Okay. So you will use a pagination for better UI format. You can click on a pagination. It will go to next page and previous page. Similarly, you can define this pagination. You can define this pagination in your section. If I open a section, where was it? If you open a section, you can see you have a pagination format. How to showcase. Like in Roman numerals or normal numerals or in ABC, XYZ, like that. Okay. How you can show the on a screen how actually the client is expecting. You can actually select. Suppose if I selected this one, pagination 1, 2, 3. It is asking how many rows per page, how many records you can show per page. 50 records, 100 records, or other. If you selected other, it will ask for a number. So it will display, if you are given 35 records, it will display 35 records per page. You understand it? The pagination,
Yes.
see, everything is given in PEGA. You need not write a single piece of Java code or any SQL or anything. You just need to understand the things like where we need to configure, where the options are present. You need to get familiar. Okay, and the terminology also, you have to get familiar with the terminology. It will be easier for you. Okay, got it right? The sections, this table layout. Table layout, we are at general. Okay, we are at general. We have so many options here like operations, yellow column rendering. We have an advanced settings also. See, run activity before grid update, run activity after grid. See, whenever you are working in an application, if you have any requirement given to you, okay, you have to use table layout, and you have to come here and you have to dig into the options, like what options are there, how we can do it. Okay, run activity before grid update is like whenever your this grid is getting loaded. Okay, whenever this table is getting loaded, before that it will run this activity. After grid update means whenever the source got loaded, okay, then it will run this activity. If you selected this one, it will ask for a activity name, pweb. This is an OTB activity, pweb post grid update. You can remove this and you can write your own custom activity. Understand, right? Here.
Yes.
Okay, and this one presentation. Okay, how you have to present your data, like you have to present in a color. See, every organization will be have set of colors, right? Suppose if you take a Bank of America. Okay, let's sorry, let me open a new tab. Suppose if you take Bank of America website. Okay, this Bank of America has standard set of colors, red and blue. all the all the all the applications of Bank of America will be presented in this red color only, in this blue color only. If you are, the application may be built on any technology, might be PEGA, might be Java or anything, but it uses the standard colors, right? This is its color representation, right? You should not change this color coding and all. You have to use exact colors, like and exact functions, like this blue color and white color and red color. Okay, these things only you have to use. So for UI things, you can go here. Okay, style. Actually, they will define your own color in a skin rule. Okay, they will define your own in the skin rule, the colors and all. This is also comes to UI part only. If you open a definition here on the top, if you click on your application name, you will have a definition. See, you have a skin, right? You have a skin here. Skin rule. Skin is nothing but it will, if you modify anything in your skin rule, okay, it will get modified in entire your application. Okay, it will get updated in entire your application. If I open the skin rule, you will see everything here. See, initially, whenever your application is getting created and all, senior level people will configure the skin rules, the classes and all. Okay, you don't need to worry. And for big organizations like Bank of America and all, they have very large enterprise applications. Like in PEGA itself, they have some 10 to 15 applications, right? So for every application, the skin is same. Skin means the color coding and all will be same. So they will create their skin rule in lower version. Like they will create their skin rule in framework, application framework, and they will reuse the skin rule. They will not create skin rule for each and every application. They will create one skin rule and they will reuse that one. You see, you have everything, dynamic layouts. see drop downs, radio buttons, links buttons. You can customize entire your application skin from here. Suppose if you have selected these buttons, okay, how your button looks like. If you click on add new style, just give a new style name. Submit it. If I click on this test, it will open. Okay, test. Okay, see, by default the test looks like this. If you see the button, it looks like this. Okay, it looks like this. Now if you want to update it, now you want to like this, but see, this button and these buttons are different, right? This is an oval shape, but this is in something rectangular shape, right? These two buttons are something different. Now if you want to change your buttons, like, see, you have every option here. Left border, right border, rounded corners. You see, you have rounded corners. Enable rounded corners. I think if you remove this one, it will update. It will update it dynamically. If you are making any changes here, it will update it there itself. If you see, you can select the colors, and you can select the custom colors also. You have a custom color somewhere else here. Yeah, here, custom colors. Okay, you can select whatever color you need for your button. You can select that particular color. See, this button is in orange color. If you saw, this is in orange color, but here the buttons are in blue color. Means the skin for these buttons are different and the skin for these buttons are different. Okay, if you save it, see, it got updated to some other different color and disabled color. There are so many settings actually for UI. There is an certification, Dilip, PEGA UI certification, PEGA UI specialist. Okay, that certification is only for UI purpose. They will customize the UI like very good. Like they will update the look and feel of an application. Like they will only work on UI components, colors, stylings, the look and feel and all. They will work on the UI part only. Okay, we can't go through each and every option now while explaining, but while doing, we'll modify a few buttons and all. Okay, we'll modify a few buttons and all. You can increase the height of a button. Like if you want the, see, the height has increased. You can see, right?
They will use here only. I mean, they will design here or in UI page only. They need to in backend only. They need to develop, right?
Yeah, here only they will develop. In a skin rule only they will develop. Okay, they will develop in a skin rule and they will use this button here. If you want to get modified for only one button, single button, okay, what they will do, here you have action, right? In action you have button here. You will they will add this button like this, drag and drop the button. It is taking time. These sections will take time. Okay, they will add a button like this. Okay, they will open the button. If they want to modify for a single particular button, okay, only for one button they need to modify, they will add a button like this. They will go to actions. They will go to presentation. What is the control format they have? Standard is there. No? They will update to other, and they will call their custom style here. Whatever the style they have created there. Suppose I have created test, right? You will get test here. I haven't saved this one, so it was not coming. If I save this one, test. I have created a style called test, right? Now if I go to the skin rule here, they will click on down arrow. See, you got a test here. If you selected test and submitted here, now the style for this, but only one button will change. Okay, the style for one button will get changed. But if you want to change for entire application, like look and feel of every button in the application, okay, then what you have to do, you have to create your own skin rule. Okay, you have to create your own skin rule. Like they will save as this one, they will create with new name, they will customize everything, buttons, sections, everything they will customize. See, skin is for every enterprise, they will configure skin once in a lifetime. Like generally, if it's a Bank of America, they will create for the first time and they will reuse the same skin for every PEGA application. For each and every application, they cannot create a skin, right? They will create a skin for one application. The colors, buttons, the links and all will be the same, right? So they will reuse the skin. Similarly for every organization, like if you take another bank, suppose if you have taken JPMC have different colors, right? JPMC has some different colors and all. The colors, if you see the headers and all, this is a blue color and all. So what JPMC will do? JPMC will create a skin rule once. They will use the same skin rule in a entire its organization. If you saw, it is something different, right? JPMC mostly, I think it's in blue color, but I'm not sure. You understand it? What I'm trying to say? Skin rule.
Yes. Looks.
Yeah, skin rule is for look and feel of application. The functionality of application will not change, but the colors, the format, the text fields, the font size. See, some people will ask to change this radio button color. See, in between you are getting blue color, right? They will ask to change it to some red color or green color. Okay, based on their application colors and all, they will ask you to change. Then where you have to change? You have to change in radio button. You have, now we are in buttons, right? Here you can see we are in buttons. You have to change this one in radio buttons. See, here we have radio buttons. You will go to radio buttons. So you will actually create a new style, or you see whether PEGA will provide few styles. For every rule, PEGA will provide one or two styles, like standard and segmented. You have two rules, right? See, here the radio buttons looks horizontal. Here it looks vertical, right? See, segmented looks like this. Segmented looks like this. You can select one option from the three options, and standard looks in a normal way. Standard looks like this. Okay, see, PEGA will provide you some 2 or 3 styles for everything. If you go to buttons, let's see how many styles it has given to you. See, it has given you strong, simple header, icon, link. Each style will be having each like one different customization. See, this is how this button looks like. If you have used that this one, if you have referred this secondary swipe action, the button looks like this. If you have referred this secondary swipe action here in button settings, this particular button looks in this green color and all. Not here in presentation. If you go here and look here, secondary swipe action, this, see, it is coming here. If you submit it, only this particular button will looks like this. Got it, right? Skin rule. This is a very interesting one. You can actually go and change the colors, the styling, the font color and all. Yeah, it's good. Now let's move on to remaining things. The data capture. Data capture is like, you can see text input, text area, currency, decimal, integer, whatever the property you want. If you want to capture something at date time, okay, if you want to capture a date time, you just drag and drop this date time here, control. These are called controls. You just drag and drop this date time controls. I'm dropping it here. I have dropped it. See, you need not write any HTML or anything for these things, okay? You just need to drag and drop. See, now you have dragged and dropped date time control. Now, if you open this gear icon, if you click on this gear icon, it will open the settings for date time control. See, every control will be having different types of settings, okay? The table layout will have different type of settings. Dynamic layout will have different type of settings. Now I have opened this date time. Okay, if you see the settings here, the presentation, see how many more options PEGA is providing for us. Like, it is asking to you, this is a calendar, right? Date time. User has to select in the calendar control. How much range you have to select? Show to him. Like previous 10 years and past 10 years and coming 10 years. Okay. And how actually it looks like. If you come down, if you saw here, how actually the data representation must looks like. This is a date and time control, right? So how actually it looks like. If user selects in a calendar field, you will get here like a calendar field, like a calendar icon. You will get it here. I think here you didn't have. Okay, you will get a calendar icon here. If you click on that calendar icon and you selected one date, like suppose you have selected today, June 16th, how actually the data should represent on UI, okay, not on a clipboard. This is an UI representation. Okay, how actually the data should represent. No, if you are choosing, I don't want a time to show, I need only a date. Now how actually we'll do, instead of here somewhere you change from date time to date only. Let me go through. Yeah, here you have date time, right? You will change, you keep only date. Now what happened, you see the time is disappeared here. You will only get date here. How actually you will show, in which format you are going to show, that one you can see. Okay, and you have so many options here, like which time zone. See, in a large applications, suppose if it's a banking application, so many operators will be logging in the global wide, right? If you are showing a calendar format, if you are taking a current date time, okay, which region's current date time it has to take. Suppose there is an operator in US and there is an operator in India, okay. Now it will take operator's time zone, okay. Whoever operator has logged in, that particular operator's time zone, the application will take. Okay, and this is a label format, the UI representation here you have. And what is this text input for calendar? Text input plus calendar means user can either enter a text input or he can choose from this calendar. You have this calendar icon, right, on the here in the background. If you clicks on it, you will get a calendar pop-up. You can easily choose a date and time from a calendar. Okay, and next you have in general, you need to give your property here, some property to hold a value in a clipboard. Okay, and you can customize the label here. Instead of date time, you can give a date of birth or something label you can show on UI. Date of birth or something, date of joining or something. And visibility, you have visibility. See, for each and every field you have a visibility, like when this field has to be visible. Okay, you can write your own custom condition. If you selected the expression, it will ask for an expression. Like you can give like a dot name is double equal to something. So maybe C. Then only this field will get visible. You can also give a when rule. When rule means you have to create a specific when rule. When rules you have, if you click on down arrow, you will get all the system when rules. See, these are all like a data representations, right? I can't like explain each and everything, but you can go through it, right? See, suppose if I selected this URL, this URL will have some different settings on it. This URL will have, if you click on gear icon, see this URL, it is asking for a property. Label value is URL. If you go to presentation, see there are some other different minimum characters, maximum characters. It is asking text alignment. See, there are the presentation option, the general options, everything is changing for control to control, right? Control to control. So based on your requirement, you need to go through each and everything. Suppose you keep a paragraph, okay? If you keep a paragraph here, the paragraph will contain maximum length, right? If there will be a paragraph here, text input, currency, decimal, signature, capture, rich text editor. Yeah, paragraph here you have, right? If you keep a paragraph here, then what it will do? It's not dry. Yeah, here. If I added a paragraph below. Okay, suppose there is a requirement like you need to show only 500 characters. User can only enter 500 characters in a paragraph. And suppose he needs to get like this, like 400 characters remaining, 392 characters remaining, those custom thing. You can also do it here. You can also do it here somewhere. See, every option is available, but you need to go through it. Okay, let me show you. Paragraph text input, I think. Okay, you people actually generally can't remember all these configuration settings. Whenever they are developing in an application, they can go through it, right? If you go to the presentation here, actions. Somewhere you can configure it. I couldn't exactly remember. I'll check and I'll let you know. Like it will show. Like if you are entering any value here, if you suppose if you are entering any value in a text field, okay, it will show like if the maximum character is 200 characters, okay, it will show like if you have entered one character, okay, it will show like 199 characters remaining. If you entered two characters, 198 characters remaining. Those customizations also you can do. And if you saw here, if I'm adding up properties here like this button datetime URL, it is coming in a horizontal way, right? Like this from top to bottom. Now client requirement is like it actually doesn't looks good, like this much long length field. Now there's a client requirement. I need two fields side by side because giving a this much spacing doesn't looks good. Right? The space is actually this actually doesn't looks good. And the space, the screen size and screen space also you have to manage. Screen size and screen space. So this actually doesn't looks good. He is telling you to get two side by side. These two things side by side. If you open this dynamic layout settings, you can open this dynamic layout setting. You can go through it like it is loading. Yeah, you see the layout format. First one is layout format. Right? What is the layout format? Is stacked. Stacked means it will come on one by one, on top of one, it will come like that. If you keep inline grid double, if you submit it, it will see the change. See, it has realigned on its own way, like two things side by side. There are so many formats for dynamic layout. You can go and check it here. You click on gear icon, click on layout format. You have other option here. PEGA has provided some good number of formats only. Okay, this is a student edition, right? Might be there are only few here, but in real time you will get so many options here, and you can select whatever you want. If you select a grid triple, okay, it will realign into 3 items. See, 3 items side by side. Okay, similar way you can also configure whatever you want. You go to skin rule, you go and explore this inline grid triple, how format is there, and you can build your own custom formats like this. Okay, this is a container format. This is one thing. This is all for look and feel. Okay, how actually our application looks like. Okay, and next one, what you can have here is like these are all like similar to, see, these are all drop downs, check boxes, slider means you will see right in Insta and all. You can slide, you can give the rating like 100%, 50%, you can slide it, right? That is this slider. You can slide this one. See, this is the slider. You can slide it like this one. You can move like 0% or 100%, 50%. This is a slider. This will come on UI. Okay, and next interesting thing is this one, signature capture. Signature capture is like if you have got any delivery, okay, people will ask you digital signatures, right, on a screen itself. That is this signature capture. I'll try here. I'll try adding one thing here. This one, I'll add it here. Data display. Structural. Let me add one dynamic layout. Okay, because where is data capture? Where is the signature capture? Okay, this is a signature capture. I have added a signature capture here. We didn't add it. Just drag and drop it here. Now let me save this one. Okay, I have saved this section. Now this section is nothing but this one, right? Which one you're seeing here. Now after this got saved, I will refresh this one. It has saved, right? Okay, it has saved. Okay, it will take time. Now let me refresh this section. Okay, Now what will happen if I refresh this one? The changes you can see. For section changes, you have to refresh, okay, or else you will not able to see. Click on go. See, the signature capture came here. You can write your signature, whatever signature you want, you can keep your signature here. See, this is all PEGA has given inbuilt. You need not do anything. Okay, you can clear it or accept it. If you clear it, it will clear. If you accept it, it will store this one as an image file. If you accept it, it will store it as an image file in a background. Okay, you got it right? Any questions here?
You mean this blob file will be stored in database, right?
Yeah, this one initially it will store as a stream, image stream in clipboard. It will create in a base 64 encoding stream. I think you can see it somewhere on a clipboard. The data will be there. PY attachments page, attachment categories. Yeah, this one generally will be stored as an image file. Okay, this signature capture. Okay. You understand it? How you?
I mean, it will be permanently stored in database, or we need to do.
No, if you click on submit, it will permanently store.
Okay.
Whenever you do this submit action, it will save the records to database.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Until then, the data will be present only on clipboard. If you log off and log in, the data will be deleted. It will not get stored into DB. Okay.
I had a question, Suman. So sometimes it happens like we have to refer the same screen. Like suppose there is a form and we have entered data. Then in the later screens we have to refer the same screen,
Yeah.
but it's just in readable format. So at that time we have to create another section.
No. What you can do is like you can embedded section is there, embedded section. This section is to call one section from another section. Okay. If suppose there is one section which you have already configured, you need to show same set of elements in a different place. Okay. You need to add this embedded section, and you need to keep that entire section in a read-only format.
Yeah.
Or else you can create a harness. You haven't see it is asking for this is the class, it is asking for a section. If you don't click on and if you select anyone, that particular section will come here.
Okay. But how to make it read only then?
Yeah, read only also
I mean,
you can
okay.
make it here. See the section.
Okay, then I can modify it.
Yeah, you can without modifying, you just can make all the elements in read only format.
But if I modify, it will just make modification in this embedded section, right? And not the main one.
Yeah, read only always. Yeah, what you are asking something? If you modify.
If I modify, like you are making it as read only, right? But in the embedded section, so it won't make it read only for in another section.
No,
right?
it will not make it read only there. It will make read only here itself.
Okay.
It will not make read only on a main section. It will read only for this particular section. Okay. You can call two sections from one section to another section also. And generally people use harness. They will not keep it read only like this. You have harnesses like all these sections. Okay. All these UI elements will be called from one particular harness. If you see in this live UI, if you click on this one, okay. See, you are on this section, select the service address. Let me drag it a bit. You are in this particular
exactly
section.
What is harness?
Yeah, harness is like you can define like what the sections can do there. Like if it's a perform harness, okay, you can keep it editable. Okay, if it is a review harness, you have defined harness as a review harness. Okay, all the fields will be in read-only format in that sections.
Okay.
You can see it here. These are all sections. See, there are so many sections. If you go to the top, see the harness is there. Okay, the harness they have made it as a perform harness. Inside this perform harness, there are so many sections. This is one section. This is one section. This is one section. All these sections will be in perform mode. Perform means those are all will be in editable mode.
Okay.
If you want to keep particular field as a read only, you can keep it. That is not a problem. But generally, those will be in editable mode. So
Right.
similarly, whenever you need to show anything in read only, they will keep the harness as a review harness. Let me see here. You have review
So it's
here.
like, so for that we will have to take embedded section and then change the harness to just review harness, right?
Yeah, review harness. Yeah.
Okay.
Review means it's a read only form.
Read only. So there are just two types of harness,
No, you have a
perform and review.
review. New harness is there. New, perform, review, and a confirm harness. Confirm harness is like when you actually submit anything, you will get a confirmation message like thank you for your input. Some message you will show. Na? See, generally people will not use all those things. People will generally keep everything read only, and they will keep in perform harness only. You can do everything. You can keep it in read only. You can keep it messages. Perform harness only people generally use. Okay, people will not use all those options. They in a real-time application, generally they will use a perform harness. They will keep read only like this. How I have kept here for a particular section. Like that they will keep in read only, or else they will keep each and every field in read only. Like they will open this one. If I open this name, okay, below one, I can keep this name in read only format. Open this name, go to presentation, keep this one read only always. It is already in read only format. That's why it is you are not able to edit here. Okay. It is in a read only format. Similarly, people will keep it like this actually. They will not use the harnesses and all. But if you use, that would be better. Best practice.
So the use of harness is
harness. Yeah, harness is a container of sections. Okay. Whatever you configure in a harness, that's all applicable for all the sections inside it.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can see the every option, right? You can have menu, button, link, attachments, data display. You have the charts also. Map. You can include Google Maps here. You can include Google Maps here. You need not write any custom code. You just add this widget. Open this one. Configure this thing. Configure. What is it asking? Whenever map is rendering. Rendering means whenever you are loading a screen. Whenever the screen is opening. What location it has to show. If you have selected current location, it will show the current location. Okay. You understand it?
Yeah.
If I submit it here and save, let's see whether it's showing a current location or not. Might be sometimes it will show the server location also, because these servers and all are US based servers, right? Sometimes it will show the server, sometimes it will show the current location. My location. Refresh. Click on go. Okay, see, it is showing a USA, Massachusetts State House and all, because I think this is located there. The server is there, na, this PEGA server.
Okay.
That is located in US, right? So this is a cloud version, right? So it is showing that location. You can see, right? It is showing that location. Okay. But you can make whatever configurations you want, you can make it.
Okay.
Okay, see, custom scale, presentation is there. So
and
everything.
Where is the harness option here? I mean,
here you will not get it. Here you will not get it. Harnesses will be on a top level. Like you can't see harness from here. See, these are all present inside a harness. Like inside a harness means how I can tell you. Like if I open a section, okay. If I open a harness, perform is there. If I open this particular harness, see, this is present on top of it, you see?
Right.
Inside harness, these are all sections.
Sections.
You cannot visualize in section editor. See, I am opening a harness. So harness also looks like a section only. It is nothing different. You can see on the top here, it's showing us harness.
Mhm.
See, this is the harness. This is the entire application, the screen's harness. You can see everything, but you cannot go and see those fields. If you want to see those fields, you have to open each and everything. Inside it, it will present. Okay. See, inside a harness, what is it? Sections is there.
Right.
Understand? But you cannot see harness in section. Here, if you came
It's
here and
just
you want to see the harness, you can't see the harness here. Harness is a
okay.
different rule form. Okay, those things are actually people will create while creation of application only. You need not worry about those harnesses and all. Got it right? We'll
Yeah.
end up the sections here because these options are each and every option we can't go right. You can include a image, you can include a video, you can include a paragraph or map, you can include charts, you can include whatever you want. You can just drag and drop it. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions, Dilip, from your side?
No, Suman. Once I'll go, then only I'll have.
Okay. Do let me know if you have any other questions. Okay. Sections. These are layouts. These are the layouts. These are the data elements. Okay. These remaining four are the data elements. Okay. This is fine, right?
Yeah.
We'll end up the sections today here.